What's up, world? How you guys doing? Welcome back to another video. We're gonna go ahead, just get my bracer real quick. Before we start our reading, which is gonna be a manifestation reading, we're just gonna go ahead and I wish you guys to just manifest anything you wish to manifest in life. Close your eyes, clear your mind, and let's go ahead and just listen to a nice little tune of the signal bell real quick as you manifest, right? The reason why I do that is very important. Confirmation. You're already playing, you're about to take off. Now, the reason why I do that is because you need to make sure your meditation, make sure you guys are listening to your affirmations in the mornings. Make sure you guys are setting your mind for what you wish to accomplish. Make sure you guys are setting positivity in your mind. Even if you have to acknowledge negativity things in your life, whether it be people, friends, family members, situations, whatever the case is, jobs, even if you have to recognize those negative aspects in your life so that you can move away from them as best as possible in the current situation that you may be in, right? If you're in a household that's always negative, always toxic, you need to move on. You need to find other things to do outside of that environment until you can get out of the environment, until God sends somebody to you that you guys can work together. You know what I mean? It could be different scenarios that God could set up for you. But that's most importantly, that you guys are practicing these rituals as far as meditation, as far as sitting down, being grounded. Because when you're grounded, you become tolerated. You can tolerate a lot of things better. You can, be able to maneuver better. You know what I mean? Like just doing certain rituals like meditation. If you're a guy, you wanna, if you're a guy or if you're a man or whatever, and you want to be a strong person. I'm not saying that exercise is the key for males, but you have a lot of testosterone built up inside of you, and it's nice to be able to use that towards positive energies. You know what I mean? That's why you see a lot of guys that if you're not confident in yourself, this doesn't have to be working out. This could be anything that you do. If you're not developing a confident mindset where you're confident in yourself, you see a lot of guys that throw tantrums and stuff because their lack of self-confidence, and they feel like they have to raise their voice. A lot of times if you see like grand man sitting on there talking, you see that one man that ain't really grand in the mind, he's just yelling at other men, and the other man's just sitting there like, yeah, whatever, because they're, self-confident that they could probably, you know what I mean, they could probably do some damage. So what I'm saying is, like, make sure you guys are mentally preparing yourself for the day. Make sure you guys are mentally preparing yourself for any negativity and any positivity as well. Make sure you guys are mostly focused on positivity, but you also have to prepare to deal with that stuff as well, But we're gonna go ahead and jump into reading. Before we get into this reading, I always like to pull a general card. So we're just gonna pull a general card and see what is your general message for this video, right? Spirit, what is their general message? What is the divine general message? What do you want them to know? Acceptance. Right? This could be like, make sure you guys are, accepting yourself for who you are, accepting others for who they are. Don't try to change people. You know what I mean? There's no point. You can give them assistance or help or, in the time of the moment, but once you do it and they're not catching on, and these are the type of people that, of course, don't really need. I'm not talking about people that need help. I'm not talking people like that. I'm talking about people that, are in situations to help themselves, and they have the mental capacity, they have the physical capacity, meaning nothing's wrong with them, but they just would rather leech off of other people. You know what I mean? There's these type of people that you assist a few times, but after you see they don't want to. It's not that they're not capable. They just don't want to help themselves. There's type of people you just gotta kind of just continue on with living your life, because they're gonna try to come back in life and try to ask for favors, and you just gotta, just let them know. Look, you feel me? And they're gonna keep doing it, but you just gotta focus on yourself. You have to just accept people for who they are. You know what I mean? Accept people for who they are. Accept yourself for who you are. Don't try to be a certain type of person. Like I said, even me is like, when I do stuff, I'm not trying to look for a certain outcome. I accept I expect, the best outcome possible, but I'm not looking for a certain outcome. I accept whatever comes out because, that's how God wants it. That's how the higher power designed it. That's how the universe wants it to be. So you just got to have acceptance. So the Spirit wants you to know to have acceptance with those around you as well as yourself. Learn to have acceptance. Make sure y'all can see that word bold and clear, right? All right, so now that that's there, we're going to go ahead and a lot of y'all know that watch my channel, y'all know this is my favorite deck. Love to manifest. Love it. Definitely believe in it. I've got a lot of things in my life that I hold dear to my heart for manifestation. Alright, we're going to see what comes out for you guys though. Enough about me, let's see. This is all about y'all. It's all about us, I should say. Divine. Spirit, what message do you have for Divine today? Make time for self-love. Very important. And I was just talking about this topic. Very important to make sure you guys are putting forth. I know you guys might have kids, you know what I mean? Once you go ahead and you put down on a piece of paper everything you need to hit, every target you need to hit today, or every target you need to hit in your personal life. I'm talking about at your house. Like you need to clean, you need to cook, you need to do all these things, all these admin things that take up hours of time. Put your phones down. You know what I mean? No point in watching YouTube videos and Netflix and all that. Put that TV away. Put all that watching stuff away. Focus on getting your stuff done. Breakfast, dinner. Once you can establish a certain time and a balance to where, say you have kids or have responsibilities and they wake up at 7 for school. All right, well, not even for school, but just in general. Let's just say they wake up at 7. Okay, cool. You need to wake up at 5. You know what I mean? You got to do these things so that you can have time for yourself. Very important. You need to make sure you're strong for them, right? So you got to be a strong person. So they still have the same responsibilities you have. They still got to brush their teeth. They still got to eat breakfast. They still got to do this, do that, because they're a human being. So once you realize, okay, a human being has all these, I have all these things that I have to do. They would have these things that they have to do. So now I need to make sure that I take care of them. So now, but I still need to make sure I have time for myself. So that means you have to put within your routine 15 minutes, 20 minutes, affirmations, sit down, think, you know what I mean? Just clear your mind. Create that little, 15 minutes, send them off for a nap. And I'm just speaking to people that have kids because it's so easy when you don't have kids to, I can sit here all day and be like, yeah, you guys, I could do this, do that, or you could do this, do that, but say you have a lot of kids. Okay, cool, well look, I can break it down like this. Even when you have kids, you could send them down for a quick 15-minute nap while you sit there and listen to your affirmations. You see what I'm saying? So there are situations that you can actually, benefit from. Like you can, you see what I'm saying? So it's very important to make sure you're making time for that. Like, because that's the thing that's going to, that's the thing that's really going to allow it to last long. Like there's this saying with magazines, I want to say right word form, like machinery, like weapons, right? Like with the magazine that goes in like the rifles and the pistols and stuff. They say that with these springs, you wanna take the bullets out of them and let these springs rest because they last longer. And that's how you want to look at your body. You want to make sure you're putting those times in for yourself to rest. Because you can last longer. You can be in the game a little longer. Like even with me with these videos, I make sure I balance it all properly so that way I can continue to do it 20, 30 years down the line. You know what I mean? Because that's what I wish to do. I wish to continue to do these videos 20, 30 years down the line. But I don't want to do it where I'm putting no videos out and then I'm completely like, oh, it's easy because I'm only posting one video a week. And I don't want to post 10, 20 videos a day because then it's like, oh, I'm getting videos out there, but then it's so stressful. No, I'm going to post 5 or whatever, and I'm going to make sure I post them in a way that works for me. You know what I mean? But that's just a personal experience that I can give to you guys as an example to show why it's very important to give yourself time to kind of make time for self-love, to kind of, just reflect on everything and give yourself appreciation so that okay, cool, just that motivation to keep going, Because success is based off of consistency. Like, You can do something, but the best success comes from when you keep doing it, and you keep doing it, and then more success comes, you know? Alright. Spirit, what other messages do you have for us? Take inspired action. This could be like you watching this video, and I say some real stuff, and it resonates with you. You know what I mean? Try it. Take inspired action. If I inspire you, take it. If somebody else inspires you, take it. If you watch the movie, it inspires you, take it. When you get inspired, you need to take action after that. You just can't, like, if I'm watching you, or you say something to me, you know, we're outside talking, and you say something to me, and I'm inspired to do it, but I never do it. It just defeats the purpose of the universe sending you to me to have a conversation. The whole purpose of us being on YouTube, and yes, we're a small community, but the whole purpose of it is so it can inspire you guys to acknowledge the negativity of people and things, and understand this world. People be weird sometimes, right? But it's more importantly so that you can grasp that knowledge and use that in your everyday skills. Not just knowing something, but understanding it and utilizing those skills so that you can make your life a little bit better. You know what I mean? That's the whole purpose. So make sure you're taking inspired action. Whatever you get inspired from, make sure you guys are utilizing it. And it's like, it could be something so simple like I said, if you got kids and you put your kids on for a nap and then you take the 15 minutes to just meditate, something like that could really prevent, you know, your tolerance level could go up. Like, you can tolerate things a lot more. Your kids still drink on the carpet. All right, just clean it up. You know what I mean? You're not gonna go all crazy and beat the kid, you know. So it's like, it gives that time. So inspired action, just I got inspired to meditate. Okay, now I feel a lot more calm and peaceful with myself, and that will build some confidence. It will allow you to, you know, make more routines for yourself, make better environments. So, you know, it's a lifestyle to this type of thing. It's not just one time. You just gotta incorporate it where it's manageable to keep doing it for a long time. Because consistency is the best success one, you know? Right? What other messages do you have for us? We have reveal what needs to be seen. Now, I like to call this card match it up with the red flags. Now, listen, a lot of times when it comes on to us, you know, divine, us nice people, you know, us people that feel like, you know, we want to help everybody, or, you know what I mean? We often get it mixed up because we often forget, you know what I mean? We often forget because we want to believe these people are good for us, or we want to believe that this is that or that's that. And revealing what needs to be seen, it just means like this. If you know that these people have shown red flags, we're going to kind of put our foot down and say, no more of this. No, we're not helping you to that extent. Yes, I can help you, you know what I'm saying? If okay, we're in the grocery store, you want a pack of M&M's, cool, it's a pack of M&M's. But when it comes on to, you know, situations like people want to move in your house, no, man, because now you just, your house, your home is your sanctuary, so now you just tamper with it. You know these people are they full of it. Like, they don't even come around when you have bad moments, and they won't, you know what I'm saying? So understand that, like, reveal it. Like, okay, once you reveal that to yourself, okay, cool, I know to help people to a certain extent. You want a pack of M&M's skills when I'm in the grocery store, fine. But you're talking about you want me to do this, that? Nah, you gotta play it off. Nah, I'm doing something else. Cause it's like, you're a good person, but they don't appreciate the stuff that you did for them in the past. They took all that for granted. So now it's like, because you're in a better position, or because you're doing better with yourself, or because like I said, you've took inspired action, right, from what you've previously got or previously learned, and then you start incorporating. So because you start incorporating these rituals into your life, you got better. So now that they see you got better, they want to use you even more. You know what I mean? It's a never-ending cycle where you just gotta kind of break from it and be like, yo, you can get a ride, but you ain't driving my car. You see what I'm saying? Those type of things. They be like, can I drive your car to work? No, I could take you on the way and drop you off, but you're not driving my car. You're not taking my car. Brother, sister, mama, daddy, I don't care who you are. Once they start showing that they was using you, And you can see that because when times came when you needed the help, they wasn't there for you. And I'm not saying that is always the case, but I'm just saying in general, if you always feel like they hit you up whenever there's a problem with them, they don't really just hit you up, you know what I'm saying? They always hit you up and then there's always an issue going on with them. They want you to be their support system because you know what I'm saying? But when you try to show them the game, you try to tell them some real stuff. Like you might have told this person, yo, do this, do that. They don't want to listen to it, so it's like, okay, fine. You're only telling them, like me, I'm only telling y'all what I go through on a personal note. Like I'm reflecting myself onto y'all. So when it comes on to people, you know, talking to you, they're reflecting the BS onto you. You're trying to reflect your good vibes onto them. And then it's just, you just collecting their negativity and they're collecting your positivity. That's just how it goes, you know what I mean? But make sure you're revealing what needs to be seen. If these are red flags, you need to make sure you tell yourself, listen, this person could get a ride in, but they ain't not right, they ain't driving my car. Like, you feel me? That's it is what it is. Like, thanks, Spirit, for the message. Spirit, what the message do you have for us? Next, we have to push through any insecurities. There's a big one. I know a lot of times we get drained. A lot of times we get feeling like everything is crashing down on us. A lot of times you're tired. Like I said, rituals. Like if you get up in the morning, you're like, okay, I'm gonna do some meditation for everybody wakes up. Sometimes you're not gonna feel like doing it. Sometimes, you know, that's the reality of success. It's easy to get it. It's harder to maintain it. So that's the problem with success. Success brings that type of vibe. Like you wake up in the morning, you're like, you might think, oh, why should I meditate? Why should I continue meditating? I made it so far. No, you need to continue it. You know what I mean? There's a demons in your head, or these are bad spirits trying to talk you out of doing something that you've been doing and that got you in that position. If you are somebody that's been working hard, you know what I mean? I advise you to continue. Now, if you've been working hard for a job and you retire and it's now time or even if you quit your job, it's now time for you to work hard for yourself. Even though you've established that business that you got, you've established that community that you wanted, there's friends that you wanted, you know, you have all good energies. I encourage you guys to continue whatever it is that got you there. You know what I mean? That's the importance. It's going to be that talk in your head to tell you, why you don't get up and meditate? You already got it. You already got the house, the car, or whatever. There's our insecurities telling you to, stop what you're doing because I don't feel like it right now. You need to avoid that and say, no, fam, I'm good on my mind. I'm good with where I need to go. Not because I want to at this moment. Not because I have to, but because I choose to. Right? Now, like I said, sometimes you don't want to. Sometimes you're feeling like, oh, I feel drained, I'm tired. Still get up and meditate because you're pushing through it. You know what I mean? You want to keep that consistency going. You don't ever want to have to go burn. You don't even have to want to think about having to go back into poverty. Think about having to go back to your mama's house. Think about having to go back on your granny's couch. Think about having to lose another job. Think about having to never, be able to find another meal. So whatever it is that got you in that position, keep going with it. Whatever rituals that you've waking up early, rather than waking up 15 minutes to go work, you wake up 30 minutes before you go to work because now you can sit down, have a cup of coffee, you're ready for the day. So when BS comes, you're like, I'm already prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever it is that got you there. And if you need to adapt more rituals, stay tuned. Do some Google research. There's a lot of people already giving wisdom. It's not just me. It's a lot of people. And then, you know what? The best wisdom is self. Sit down and think about all the things that you can do that can make you better. You know what I mean? All right, let's see. All right. Let's see what else. What other messages do you have for us? Know your worth. This is very important. All of these is important, but this is the big one. Know your worth. You need to make sure that you guys are establishing you are unlimited. You see what I'm saying? There is no value on yourself. You need to understand that because as you get older, here's the funny part. Here's a statement I'm gonna keep it. If you guys think about this statement, is very true. They say, and no offense to nobody that's working, no offense to nobody that's or business owner, but I'm gonna tell you like this: poor people get paid to work, rich people get paid to think, or wealthy people get paid to think, whatever you call it. Why do I say that? Is because I want you guys, as you get older, right? Your worth goes up. It does, because your knowledge supposed to be. It's supposed to go this way. Your knowledge is supposed to increase. You're supposed to, and I'm not just talking about money. I'm not forget monetary gains. We're not talking about money. I'm talking about you as a person. You become more valuable because you can teach others what you've learned, what you've been through. You become an asset. I'm not talking about a bank asset, none of this monetary stuff that is unreal. Like, look, we go through life, you get paid, you don't, whatever, you still live, right? If you don't get a paycheck, you still breathe. As long as you have food in your stomach, you still breathe. You can go and pick some flowers and eat them, you still breathing. So just because you don't get a paycheck does not mean you ain't breathing, you see what I'm saying? But when it comes down to knowing your worth, you need to understand, as you watch these videos, as you watch other videos, as you engage, as you read, as you do all of these things that are making you a better individual, you absolutely gain more value, because now you're not just a learner, you become a teacher. The information you learn and you understand and you know how to explain, you can teach. So once you understand that method, you go through life understanding that you become more valuable. Knowing your worth is just knowing what you're willing to put up with, knowing what you can tolerate, what you can't tolerate. Make sure you're not going above and beyond your limits. Meaning, what do I mean by that? It's like, yeah, you can do anything you set your mind to, but you want to make sure you're prepared for it. You don't want to get into something that you know full well. Like if you for some reason don't like feces, like animal feces, but you go work in a zoo to go shovel it. Now you begin to think that you hate your life because you hate how you gotta come to this job and pick up feces, all because you didn't take inventory of everything you like and dislike. You need to make sure you take an inventory before you even go do. Doesn't have to be a job. I'm not talking about jobs. I'm talking about any lifestyle that you choose to get into. Make sure you take an inventory of yourself. Make sure you take an inventory of what you like, what you don't like, who you don't like. You know what I mean? What you love, what you hate, because all of that will play in place when you go and you go get this situation. Confirmation. I don't know if y'all heard that beat, but this will all matter when you go and you apply yourself to anything that you wish to apply yourself. That will all, take into place. It might sound cliche, it might sound like it's not legit, but I'm telling you guys, there was a statement that was made from an old gentleman, a friend of mine, or old friend of mine, either way, acquaintance of mine, I should say, because I don't consider everybody friends, but acquaintance of mine said this to me, an older gentleman. He said, prevention is better than cure. If you prevent yourself from going into bad situations, it's a lot better than if you was in a bad situation. And you can, because think about it, if I made a cake, right, and I messed up on that cake, I would now have to find ingredients to try to make that cake better, thereby curing the problem. But had I would have prevented that mistake, I could have saved myself 20, 30 minutes. You know what I can do in 20, 30 minutes of my day? I can go sit down and watch a movie for 20, 30 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So it brings the fruits of life, where you can save time. Save energy. Use that time for something else, because now you're still on that cake for an hour. Meanwhile, I'm done my cake and I'm eating it in that hour. You're still cooking it. So that's what I really want to show you guys. Like, listen, know your worth. It plays a huge role in that. If you know what you like, if you know what you like before you start something, you have a better outcome of it. Instead of just jumping in anything. I know, if you don't really know what you like, you want to experiment, fine. But if you have a feeling like, yo, I don't really like what, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't really like that. If you don't really know the full thing of it, but if you can find something within that situation that you love, then cool. You know what I mean? Like, for example, if you worked at a zoo and or you wanted to go try working at a zoo and you enjoyed the animals, but you didn't like the feces. But you enjoyed the animals so much that you didn't care about the feces at that point. It was just like, I just like the feces. I hated it at first, but because of my passion is so high for these animals, I'll do it. It's tolerable. You know what I mean? It becomes tolerable, like your kids. Like, I know some of y'all, when it comes to the kids, crying and screaming, but your love for them is so much that don't bother you. But before that, it was probably like that'd be annoying if my kid was always always crying. But once you had a kid and your love was so big for your kid, it was like, it was tolerable. So that's where I want you guys to focus on. Just knowing your worth. It's just more like knowing what you're good at, knowing what you love, so that you can avoid things if it doesn't bring that same passion for it. You know. All right. That's great. What other message you have for us? Think it through, and this is what I was just talking about this, right? Thinking it through. So before you start something, make sure you're thinking it through. Make sure that you're kind of envisioning what you wish to get out of it. It's very important, right? So make sure you're thinking it through. Then you really got to spend too much time on that. That's pretty self-explanatory. Because I was just, it's crazy. I was just speaking on it, so that's like confirmation for when I said thinking about things really do matter. Really do make a huge difference, you know. I be just talking a lot, but I know stuff I be saying. I would just be trying to get in y'all brain, spirit, and really just hit y'all soul with it. Fucking that shit off for us. Step up and lead. Now, a lot of y'all might think, what, management? What are you talking about leading? What are you talking about? A leader, step up and lead is for yourself, really. That's how I take it. Just because you're at a job and a certain person is supposed to do a certain thing, or let's say you was born back in the day and you believe that the woman should do the cooking and the cleaning and you should go to work, tables could turn. Things could change. Most importantly, if you step up and dishes got to be washed, you to wash dishes, it makes the situation so much better for yourself. Not just for everybody, but for yourself mainly. Because things end up getting done, you feel a lot better about it, and it shows. It shows in your character. It shows in everybody else's character. Like if you're at work and you see some customer, wants to return something, say that's the manager's job, or that's somebody else's job. And if you know how to do it, and you've been trained to do it, why not just do it? You know what I mean? Why wait till this other person comes back, or you know what I'm saying? So it's not about doing people's jobs. It's more about at any timely moment, stepping up and leading just helps everybody out. You know what I'm saying? But you just feel better. Like you just really just feel better because you're like, okay, I done that. And then you develop, you practice and develop another skill. Makes the situation so much better. I'm telling you, this is like the tea. It's like the key to it all. You know, I'm giving you tea, and that tea is like the key to it all. Like, it really does help. Believe it or not. All right. Spirit, what other messages do you have? We got one more to go, guys. What other message? What's the last message? Okay, resonating with this one, practice gratitude. So yeah, this is a big one. Because if God gives you a situation and you don't appreciate it, why would he give you something else? That's like you having kids, or you know how kids are. You give them $1, you tell them to save that $1, they go in and spend that $1. You think you're gonna give them another $1 to save another color? No, you feel me? So that's exactly what that statement is. It's just as simple as that. Appreciate the things that you got. Again, it's like one trick that I like to use is I came in this world to learn, right? I'm going out to learn. But you might go out while you're in a relationship, but you're gonna be buried to learn, right? That's one. So it helps you appreciate life more, right? When you heard that, you came to the world alone, you're gonna die alone. Like alone, like you. That sounds crazy because you came in this world and you're gonna die. Like you need to remind yourself of life and death because confirmation. Y'all heard that beat? Because once you remind yourself of life and death, nothing else in this world matters. Because you're gonna die. You're gonna die. One day you are going to be gone. So you need to appreciate every single day that you have on this earth. Another thing is, we came in this world naked. Butt ass naked. Like butt naked. We came in this world. You see what I'm saying? That is going to like literally show you guys like once you realize like yo I came to this world by naked, so none of this matter. It really don't matter. Like appreciate every little material that you're able to buy, every little food source. Appreciate every experience that you gain in this world because one day you will be gone. I'm not saying there's no reincarnation. But what I am saying is, you might be reincarnated, but we're just talking about the fact that you're gonna be born one day. You know what I mean? So focus on that part, and then your life will be so much better. Your life will be like, okay, cool. You know, because a lot of times when we're in our bad situations, when we're in our tough times, God wants to see if we're gonna be able to still be grateful for the things that He provided for us, even though He knows that He don't want us living like that. He's still going to see if we're going to be grateful. Are we going to continue to attempt to, move forward? Or are we going to sit there and cry about because we don't have what we wanted? You know what I mean? To God, it just looks like we're not even trying. We're not even grateful what he gave us. So it's a test. Like a lot of times when you go through bad situations, it's a test from the Lord to see. Sometimes He could do 6 months, 3 years, whatever, right? But it's just a test to say, and the longer you wait, the better the reward. Also, just remember that. The longer you wait, the better the reward. Don't seek for the reward, but it becomes a better reward, right? So, because if you look at people, the longer you take to develop, like let's say you talk to somebody that's like 80, you talk to somebody that's like 10. The 80-year-old has so much more value to give to you than the 10-year-old. At most cases. I'm not saying all cases, but most cases, that's just how it is because naturally you just learn as you grow. But yeah, that's the biggest thing. Gratitude. Be grateful for everything you've gained. To show the Lord that you can handle more. He ain't gonna give you more if you can't handle what you got, right? So yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, your message was acceptance. Remember to either accept yourself for who you are, also accept others for who they are, and not trying to change them, let them be. It is what it is with that. Thank you guys for tuning in this reading. Give a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Also subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video.